Hello everyone! Welcome to this Indianapolis Public Library digital resource tutorial. Today I'd like to introduce you to TumbleBook Library, which is an online collection of children's ebooks with over 1,100 titles for you to choose from. Some of the great features about TumbleBook Library are that you can instantly access an unlimited number of checkouts from multiple devices. So if more than one person in your household would like to read the same book at the same time, you can read them together on one device, or you can have them checked out to multiple devices, and you can read them separately or together. Titles are curated for kids roughly from kindergarten through 6th grade, and as you can see as I'm scrolling through the homepage, there are a lot of different formats to choose from, so you're sure to find something that appeals to you, from animated talking picture books and read-along chapter books, to more classic ebooks, graphic novels, non-fiction titles, as well as National Geographic videos, books in Spanish and French, puzzles and games, book quizzes. TumbleBook Library also has curated playlists of stories, which are wonderful for at-home story times. And you can also save your favorite titles and create your own playlists. So now that we have an idea of what TumbleBook Library offers, let me show you how to access it from the Indianapolis Public Library's homepage. I'm starting at indypl.org, that's INDYPL.org, and I'm going to select eBooks and Streaming. Now I'm leading this tutorial from a laptop computer, but whether you're on a laptop, a desktop computer, or a tablet or other smart device, your screens should look similar to mine, so you should be able to follow along. So from eBooks and Streaming, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit, and here's where you will find all of our digital access platforms for ebooks, audiobooks, streaming music, streaming video, all kinds of great digital things that you can access from anywhere. Right, and so my second row down, kind of in the middle, is where we see TumbleBook Library. There is also an option for you to download an Apple app or a Google app to your tablet or smart device if you would like to do that. So I'm going to click on TumbleBook Library, and you will see that there's actually no prompt for a library card. That's another great aspect of TumbleBook Library, is you don't actually need an Indianapolis Public Library card to have access to it. So now that we've returned to the TumbleBook Library homepage, I'd like to show you some of the ebook formats that you can explore, starting with storybooks. So from this storybook tab is where you will find TumbleBook Library's collection of picture books. And I'll just do a quick scroll here to give you an idea of the different categories of books. So we have some favorite authors and illustrators, we have some TV character friends, as well as award winners, bestsellers, and new releases. So you'll definitely find something that appeals to everybody in the family here. So I'm going to select a title, and this is what one of the book records looks like. So we have our book details with our author and illustrator and other essential information. We have a summary here in the middle, and then underneath the book's cover we have our different options of what we can do with this book. So I'm going to select Read Online, and that will open up a new window, and this is the animated talking picture book player. There's another menu that pops up on the left-hand column here, and an option to start playing. So let's see what this is all about.
Once upon a time, in a beautiful glass kingdom, there lived an unusual fairy named Bloom. Her boots were caked with mud. There was dirt between her teeth. Beetles rested in her wings. Bloom's magic could spin sand into glass, turn weeds into blossoms, and grow a trickle of rainwater into a racing river.
So that's what the animated talking picture books are like. They're like a combination between a video read-along and an audiobook, kind of all rolled into one. So you have the option to autoplay the book, or you can select to manually turn the pages. And you can also select to turn the volume on or off if you'd like to read the books yourselves. So now that we've had a look at the picture books and the animated talking books that you'll find in the Storybook tab, let's have a look at read-alongs. So in this read-along tab is where we're going to find our level readers, our beginning chapter books, as well as some more advanced chapter books. Let's have a look at one of these titles. So again, here's our book record. It looks a lot like it did in the picture book. And if I select Read Online, we'll have another window pop up. So you can read these read-alongs like an ebook, or if we come down here to the bottom corner.
Chapter 1. The Sled. Do you live here? Emily looked up from her sketchbook. A boy was standing in front of her porch. He was tall and skinny. He had curly black hair.
So you can read along with the book as it narrates, like an ebook and an audiobook kind of all in one. And down here at the bottom of the page, we have chapter menus. You can bookmark your place in the book, as well as text, font, and color options, and you can additionally take notes. So those are our read-alongs. If we continue along to the ebook tab, this is going to be more of your classic ebook experience. If I select this, again, here's our book record. So in addition to read online, you'll see on all these record pages that you can save titles and add them to your favorites. And you can also access simple quizzes and book reports for all of the titles. So if I open up this title, you'll see this one looks a lot more like a classic ebook. And again, you can jump to various chapters, bookmark your progress, you have text and color options, as well as taking notes. So now that we've seen storybooks, read-alongs, and ebooks, I'll show you graphic novels real quick. Graphic novels being a very popular medium. And if I open a title, here's our record. And if I select Read Online, here's our new window. And the graphic novels, there aren't really pages that you flip through, but it's rather one document that you scroll through, which works particularly well on tablets, but works perfectly well on web browsers as well. And then we have our remaining tabs: nonfiction, National Geographic videos. Under language learning is where you can find Spanish and French books, which you can read like an ebook or you can play the narration on. Playlists, the curated story time collections of books, and you can select how long of a story time you'd like to tune in for. And our last tab, puzzles and games. So now we've walked through the main categories of content that you're able to find on TumbleBook Library. If we select How to Tumble at the top of the page, there are further tutorials that go into more in-depth information. And if we select Tumble Search at the very top of the page, here is where we can search by title, author, subject, and other categories, if there was something in particular that you would like to find. TumbleBook Library is pretty friendly to browse, so feel free to click through the other links that are on the page. And of course, if you have any other questions about TumbleBook Library, about our other e-streaming platforms, you can return to the Indianapolis Public Library page. And if we go to Contact, there are all of the different ways that you can reach us with questions, calls for recommendations, anything else that's on your mind. So thank you so much for joining me for this TumbleBooks tutorial. We'll see you around.